They say traveling changes you, but I didn't realize just how much until I left Poland for the first time and came to Edinburgh. I thought I was coming here for the usual reasons: new sights, new experiences, but what I didn't expect was how much it would change how I see myself. I grew up faster than I thought, learned more about life than I ever imagined, and realized that stepping into the unknown doesn't just teach you about the world, it teaches you about who you are. Hi, my name is Aggie, and I want to take you on a bit of a journey with me. My story of moving to Edinburgh from Poland, figuring out life in a new place, my journey through experiences, growth, and the unexpected lessons that life teaches us along the way. And if you're someone thinking about doing the same thing, moving to a different country, stepping out of your comfort zone, I hope you can see a little bit of yourself in this. When I was 19, I made the decision that would change everything. I flew to Edinburgh to visit my brother, and honestly, I didn't know what I was really looking for. I hadn't been abroad before, had no idea what it would be like, and I was at a point in life where I was just trying to figure things out. I spent 2 months in the city, exploring like I had all the time in the world. It wasn't just about seeing the sights, it was about something deeper, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I was curious, excited, and a little unsure, but those 2 months opened my eyes to new experiences and new perspectives that helped me grow in ways I never expected. I spent my time exploring the city, and it felt like a dream. I got to experience the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which was nothing like anything I have ever seen before. The streets were filled with artists, performers, and visitors from all over the world. But there was more to Edinburgh than just the hustle of the festival. As I explored Edinburgh, I started seeking out the quieter parts of the city, the ones that don't make into the postcards, but hold their own kind of charm. There's a peacefulness you find in the hidden courtyards, the narrow streets, and the soft glow of street lamps as evening falls. Walking through Edinburgh's quieter spots felt like uncovering little secrets tucked away from the world. The city has this unique way of balancing history and calm. As I wandered further, I realized how much more there was to Edinburgh than just the famous landmarks. It was in these serene moments that I truly connected with the spirit of the city, feeling like a traveler and a local all at once. The more time I spent in Edinburgh, the more I realized it wasn't just a place for a short holiday. It was somewhere I began to feel a real connection to. But when I first arrived, I had no idea what was ahead. I thought I could speak English, but then I heard the Scottish accent for the first time, and I couldn't understand a word. Now I love it. After my holiday, I went back to Poland to study, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. I was living two lives, one in Poland and one in my mind, back in Scotland. A year later, I decided to return, but this time for a longer stay. My plan was simple: improve my English, earn some money, and figure out what came next, what I really wanted to do with my life. What I didn't expect was that living here would challenge me in ways I hadn't imagined. But it didn't take long for me to realize that living in a city is a whole different experience than visiting on holiday. The excitement of the fringe and the sunny days gave way to the everyday reality of living abroad, finding work, figuring out how to budget, and dealing with the weather, which, let's be honest, isn't always as picturesque as the postcards. The Scottish accent, which had once been charming, now felt like a barrier. I had days when I struggled to understand even basic conversations. I remember sitting on the bus, hearing people chat, and feeling completely lost. I could barely pick up a word. I started working in a printing company. My job was pretty basic, collating pages for books, but it paid the bills. It wasn't glamorous, and the work was repetitive, but it gave me something to focus on. There were days I felt homesick, especially when the weather turned grey, and everything seemed so quiet compared to the lively summer I'd remembered. I missed the buzz of the city and the people I met during my holiday. There were also moments when I just didn't want to speak English, afraid I wouldn't understand someone or that they wouldn't understand me. I remember dragging a friend to the bank just to help me open my first account because I was too embarrassed to do it alone. My English wasn't perfect, and I didn't want to be judged for it. I used to stay near Portobello Beach, but decided to move closer to the city center, a quiet spot that felt like it was from a fairy tale. As I adjusted, I realized I had to get serious about my finances. I ended up taking on 3 jobs, working every day except Sunday. It was tiring, and there were days I felt like I was missing out on life, but I knew it was necessary. I wasn't here just to get by. I wanted to build something for myself, and that meant working hard. It was December and time to attend a Christmas work night out, which I almost didn't go to because I didn't know many people. But I'm glad I did because that's where I met my husband. It was totally unexpected, but it ended up being one of those meant to be moments. It was then that I knew I was going to stay in Scotland for good. The reason I'm sharing all of this is because I want you to know that the journey to finding your place in the world isn't always easy. It's lonely, uncertain, and sometimes you feel like you're doing it all wrong. But those moments, they are the moments that shape you, help you grow, and guide you closer to where you're meant to be. On this channel, I want to take you with me as I continue to explore the world, meet new people, and share the lessons I've learned along the way. Whether it's about travel, language, money, or just adjusting to life in a new place, I hope my story can help you realize that you're never really as lost as you think. If you're brave enough to take that first step, there's so much waiting for you on the other side. I want to help you feel inspired and empowered to take that leap, no matter how scary it might seem at first. Thanks for listening, and I hope you stick around for the next chapter of this journey.